Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our webinar. Welcome to our Learnalot Open Day. We're really excited to have everyone with us. We're going to tell you all about the GED. We're going to talk about how you can prepare for the GED. And we're just so excited to answer all your questions. Many new parents have been contacting us while investigating homeschooling, because homeschooling has really seen an exponential growth over the last few years. So we're very excited to present the GED to you this evening. My name is Sean Swartz. I'm the CEO of Learnalot, an official authorized education partner of the GED. A special welcome to all of our prospective GED students and parents. Today, we are really privileged to have Angela with us. She's in the background for now, but she will turn on her video at a later stage when it's time for her to chat. Angela is a really experienced and expert in the GED. She's highly experienced GED tutor, and she has been tutoring GED students for many, many years. We specialize in online tutoring and have helped hundreds and hundreds of students pass their GED over the last few years. So please feel free to type your questions in the comments facility of YouTube. We will be monitoring these questions, and we will try our best to ensure we answer all of your questions after we've presented, whether they be administrative questions, GED-related questions, or specifically course-related questions for Learnalot. So to begin with, what I wanted to do is just talk about what the GED is, in case anybody doesn't know. So the GED is a high school equivalency diploma. You study for 4 exams. The exams are English, mathematics, science, as well as social studies. Those are the only 4 exams available. You can't choose which ones you want to do, and you can't add any other subjects. Once you have passed all 4 of those exams, you graduate. You get your GED diploma. You've got your high school equivalency diploma issued by the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. And you're ready to go. You can get a better job. You can study further, you can do whatever you want to do. You're now essentially finished school. So how does it work? Well, you write exams, 4 exams. Exams are available literally every single day of the year. So unlike other curriculum, you don't have to stress and wait until October to write all your exams over a 2-week period. You can literally write your exams whenever you're ready. And so, because of that, most students actually, they study one subject at a time. It takes 2 to 3 months for each subject. They write the exam, they pass the exam, and they move on to the next subject. Within 10 to 12 months, you're done. The beauty of that is that anxiety levels and stress levels just drop dramatically, simply because you only have to study for one subject at a time. In the science paper, there are actually 3 topics. They are physical science, life science, as well as earth and space science. And in the social studies paper, there are also 3 topics. They are history, geography, and economics. So essentially, you are studying towards 8 different subjects, but we have combined some of those subjects into one exam, so there are only 4 examinations. Exams are written online. They are written at one of our Pearson VUE authorized testing centers. Around South Africa, we have approximately 48 testing centers. So no matter where you live in South Africa, there is a testing center near you. Where are the testing centers? Well, essentially every single Boston City campus is an authorized testing center. So To book and write an exam, you literally go online, you go into GED.com, you choose the venue, you choose the day, you choose the time, you pay. You have to pay $80 directly to America, which is approximately 1,600 Rand at the moment. And you are booked and you go and you write your exam. When you write the exam, you arrive at the testing center. You can't bring anything with you. Don't bother bringing a pen or paper or anything. They don't allow you to put it in, to bring it into the testing center. However, the most important thing to bring is a ID document, your ID card, the smart card. You have to bring that. If you don't bring that, you will not be allowed to write the exam. If you have a passport, you can bring your South African passport. If you have your birth certificate, you cannot use it. You cannot use a birth certificate. You have to use a smart ID or a passport. Reason being, you need your name, you need your ID number, you need your date of birth, and you need a photo, and you need the signature on that document to ensure that you can write the exams. Some students do need extra time or different accommodations, such as a reader or a scribe, and so you can apply for different accommodations. So that's not a problem. There is a process to follow. If you need more information specifically relating to the GED, simply go to the GED Africa website, which is ged.org.za. So now that I've explained to you what the GED is, how do you prepare for it? How do we ensure that you are ready to write and pass those GED examinations? So we at Learnalot, we have two very, very exciting programs that work beautifully. The first one is called GED Group, which is the most popular one. You belong to a group, and I'll talk about the details in a moment. The second one is called GED Gateway, and that one is more of a self-study option, but both of them really work so nicely. In order to present the options, I'm actually just going to share some slides. So if you bear with me while we just start the slideshow. Excellent. So we have our little presentation here, which we can show you all about the different products. We've discussed what the GED is. Is the GED recognized in South Africa? Yes, it is. The South African Qualifications Authority do recognize and do reviews of the GED. So you can apply to SAQA to get a certificate of equivalence. What does that mean? That means that you can apply for a job that requires a matric, and it also enables you to study further at a private tertiary training provider, such as Studio, Eduvos, Boston City Campus, whichever they may be. Unfortunately, you cannot study at a public university such as WITS or UJ or UCT for multiple reasons. But yes, it is definitely recognized in South Africa. So if you are planning on studying medicine or becoming a physio or doing a BSc or engineering, the GED is not for you. But for anything else, the GED really works unbelievably well. We've just answered, can I study at university? And by the way, please type in your comments in the comments facility, your questions, and we will answer them. So what is the GED program? What is included? So the first thing that's included is a personal GED coach. In your group, you get allocated a GED coach. This coach monitors your progress, ensuring that you stay up to date with your studies, ensuring that you understand what you need to do. If you're struggling to book an exam, they will help you book the exam. whatever is needed, your GED coach is available. Your GED coach also provides live weekly lessons on Zoom. So you will join on the same day and the same time every single week, and you will know exactly what your lesson will be because we provide you with a weekly study schedule of exactly what you need to study every single week. What subject needs to be studied, how much you need to study, specifically which concepts and topics you need to study. And this timetable is really, really detailed and will guide you through the entire process. Included in that timetable or that study schedule is exactly what you are going to be provided with on your weekly live lesson. You also receive comprehensive study guides. So online learning material is provided. You use that online learning material to study, to do your self-study component. We do recommend 1 to 2 hours minimum per day, 5 days a week, to ensure that you stay up to date. This study material is unbelievable. It works beautifully. It's all online. There's reading material. There are millions of videos to watch. There's questions that you get asked all the time to ensure that you are understanding every single thing that you need to know as part of your studies. You also get allocated to a study group, a chat group on WhatsApp where you can ask questions to your coach, ask questions to your peers in the group. So it really is a very, very comprehensive program that guides you through every single thing that you need to know and you need to learn and you need to do in order to prepare and pass all 4 of your exams. One thing that is actually really brand new, it's only 2 weeks old, and that is that you now need to pass an official mock exam. It's a practice exam that you can do at home, but we do recommend doing it in testing conditions. And you need to pass this mock exam before you can book and write your final exams. And that is there to ensure that you are not going to be writing final exams if you're not ready to pass, because these practice tests will actually tell you the likelihood of you passing the final test. And it also saves you money, because if you are not ready for that final test, instead of paying 1,600 Rand for a test, which is $80, you're now only paying about 150 Rand for a practice test. And that practice test will guide you. It will either tell you you are ready to book the final test, or it will show you where you need to continue studying, to continue preparing so that you will be ready to write the final test. So, in summary, what do we offer? We offer Essential Education's GED Academy learning material. It's included in our product that we offer. We offer a dedicated study chat group. We offer weekly online group live lessons, which are also recorded, so you can always access them if you miss. But over and above that, we actually provide much more additional learning material that's not included in Essential Education. There are additional reading materials, additional videos, additional quizzes, and really very important stuff that is not included, but very helpful to pass the exam. And very recently, we're really excited that we are also launching a whole set of artificial intelligence or AI tutoring quizzes, where we teach questions and concepts through AI as well. You get a detailed weekly study schedule. You receive weekly online lesson timetables. You are in a small group, so you don't have to worry about being in classes of 45. It's really 15 odd students in a group. So it's really small. You get to know all your peers, and it works beautifully. Here's an example of what it looks like. inside the learning system. You can see here the student is studying mathematics. They've done their pre-GED level and they've passed it. Now they're on, and you can see they're in progress for their GED prep. So it really is a very, very comprehensive learning system. Here's an example of a question on the left-hand side here that's included in the learning material with different multiple choice answers, as well as an example of a video that you would be watching about solving quadratic equations. So, how much does it cost? So, our products, as I mentioned, we have two products, one called the group option, one called the gateway option. The group option, which is what I've just described now in great detail, costs 1,150 Rand per month. And everything that I've just described is included in that option, except obviously for the practice exams and the final exams. The practice exams, as I mentioned, cost about 150 Rand, and the final exams cost about 1,600 Rand, depending on the exchange rate, because we are reliant on the Rand-dollar exchange rate. The gateway option is essentially very similar to the group option with two major differences. The first one is there are no live lessons, so you don't have access to live lessons or a live tutor. However, you get everything else with it. You get the timetable, you get recorded lessons, you get the schedule that you need to follow, you get access to all the AI tutoring that I mentioned. There's also an AI mentor that monitors your progress, will chase you up if you're falling behind your timetable, etc. And that is 1,500 Rand per month, but only for 4 months. So it's a total of 6,000 Rand. However, you do have access to the entire program for 12 months. What happens if you are under the age of 16? And the reason I'm actually saying that is I didn't mention that you have to be 17 years or older in order to write the GED exams. That doesn't mean you can't start when you're 16. We recommend having passed at least the equivalent of grade 10 and being 16 years of age in order to do the GED studies. You would obviously then need to wait until you're 17 or older in order to write the GED exams. But what happens if you're under the age of 16 or you don't even have a grade 10? What can you do? Well, we have a pre-GED bridging course, which helps you prepare for the GED and be ready to start your GED studies. This pre-GED bridging course covers only two concepts, only two topics, and that is English and mathematics, because that is the core of the GED. And obviously included in the studies of the maths and the English, we obviously very much focused also on critical thinking skills, because those skills are very important to being able to cope with the GED, because the GED is all critical thinking based. What does that mean? It means you need to think in order to be able to answer those questions, and you need to be taught how to think properly. You cannot learn off by heart. If you try to learn anything off by heart, I can guarantee you'll fail the exam. So there's no point in learning anything off by heart. It's all about critical thinking skills. So we do have the bridging course should you need to have a bridging program prior to starting the GED. Let's have a look. These are some testimonials that we've received. We receive so many all the time. Our students are really happy, love our service, love our tutors, as you can see. They've only got good things to say. Here's some more testimonials, and if you look up on our website, our Google review program, we have hundreds of 5-star reviews as well. So really, I think you're in good hands sending your children to study with us and prepare for the GED. What else do we offer at Learnalot? Well, We offer a whole range of other short courses. These courses are really designed for GED graduates. When you've graduated, when you finish your GED, what else? What other skills do you need before you can really cope in the real world and do well? So our first product is our Find Your Dream Job course. It teaches you how to put a CV together, how to behave in an interview, and how to behave in the job workplace when you have received and been offered a job. The second one is the Computer Essentials course that teaches you computer skills, not just how to use Word and Excel, but really social media skills, Google searching, how to behave online, what not to do online. It's a really good computer skills course. And most important is taking control of your money. We've got a financial literacy program that teaches you how to manage your money, how to put a budget together, how to and how to just manage your money month on month. We also have a mind play reading course. This to me is the most amazing course. It teaches you a few things. And this course can be used while you're doing the GED or even before you do the GED. In fact, everyone should be doing this course. What does it do? Well, it does a few things. Firstly, it teaches you speed reading, so you can read faster, so that it helps you when you're studying and when you're writing your exams and in life in general, when you're working, whatever it may be. It teaches you comprehension skills. It teaches you English skills in general. And it's a most unbelievable program. It can be used for anybody from the age of 12 to 100. It really doesn't matter what age you are. It's designed and adapts as you go along to your age. It's the most incredible course. Our Dreamcatcher course is also an amazing product. It helps you identify what you want to focus on in the real world. What do you want to study afterwards? What type of job do you want to get? So it's really like a tool that helps you identify your aspirations and goals so that you can move forward in life. If you do have any questions at any point in time, you can WhatsApp our WhatsApp number. It's 072 930 6553. You can find a huge amount of information on our website, learnalot.com, and you can always email us on info@learnalot.com. I have spoken a fortune. I think it is time to go through some of the questions that we have received. And if there are any other questions that you have, please feel free to type them in to the chat box, and we will answer your questions. Both myself and Angela are available to answer all your questions. Maybe Angela, you want to say hi to everybody? There she is.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so we've got some questions going here. We've actually received some questions on email as well, not just on the chat. So we'll go through all of them, but the first one is, can I study logistics? So I have no doubt you can. We don't have details of exactly which courses you can study at different colleges and universities, but what I would recommend, Ayanda, is to simply go to the college or go to the website of the college that you are interested in, whether it's Eduvos, Stadio, Boston City Campus. Go onto the website and get their phone number, or just search their website, see the different courses that they offer, and ask them directly whether they will offer a logistics course, and if they do, whether they will accept you if you had a GED into that specific program. I see Junior is saying we don't have live lessons in Namibia. Well, Learnalot is offered anyway, and so you are more than welcome to join the program, and you can receive these live lessons. Can I write a mock exam if I am 16 years old? Actually, that is a really, really good question. Firstly, in order to do a mock exam, you have to be registered on the GED.com website. And when you do register on the GED.com website, it does ask you your age. And if you are under the age of 18, you are going to have to jump through some hoops. The first thing you're going to need is a consent form from your parents, giving you consent to actually do the GED because you are under the age of 18. So, Angela, do you want to just talk about the process of registering on the GED.com website?
Yes, Sean, if students can actually go to the ged.org.za website, and there is an actual how-to document under the resources tab that gives step-by-step instructions how to register a GED.com profile. Once you've registered your profile, you will see that you have various alerts on your profile. If you are under 18, you will have an age restriction, which means that if you click on it, you can download the consent form. Your parents have to sign that consent form, and you email it to help@ged.com, and they will then clear the alert. You will also have a jurisdiction alert on. That is purely so that we can check your details that you have loaded into your profile. So you required to send us a copy of your ID document, so that firstly we can check that you do have a valid ID document or passport. As Sean said, cannot write an exam on a birth certificate. And then we will check your details, make sure your details are correct, because if you do arrive at the test center and your name is spelled incorrect or your surname is incorrect, they're going to stop you from writing your exam. So this is why we do a second check, and then we clear that jurisdiction alert. And then you will find 4 other alerts as of this year, and those alerts are for the ready tests. As Sean explained, you have to pass a ready test before you can book an exam. Now, the question was, can you do a ready test when you are 16? Yes, you can. But it doesn't make sense to do the ready test when you can do it a month or 2 before you want to write the exam, because the ready test is there to check if you are ready for the exam. And if you've done that ready test, it does give valuable feedback on what you need to revise before you write the exam. So we don't suggest that you do that ready test months before you can write the exam. Do it a month or 2 weeks before you want to write the exam, and then do the revision, and then go and write your exam.
Yes, absolutely right. It's not something you want to be doing too early on the process. It should be something that you'll be doing, as you said, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you're ready to write the final exam. We recommend doing the practice test.
Yeah, and also, Sean, the practice test is not there to prepare you for the GED.
Not at all.
The practice test, it doesn't help to do that test over and over and over. The test is just there to see if you are ready for the exam. Yes, you know, there are only so many questions in that question bank. So you're going to end up answering the same questions all the time, and you're just going to learn the answers to the questions. So that doesn't help you at all. You should do the test maximum twice. If you failed it the first time, go and do revision and then do it again. Don't keep on doing it thinking that it's going to help you pass the exam.
Absolutely right. That's great advice. Just one thing to add to that, the GED practice tests, you do not have to go to the Boston City Campus Testing Center to write it. You write them at home. You do it online at home. However, we do recommend not using any notes, not searching on Google. Do it in a test environment, because if you're cheating at home, it doesn't help you, because if you don't know the work, you will fail the final exam. And if you fail the final exam, you're throwing away 1,600 Rand. It's not worth it. Just make sure you're ready before you actually go and write that final exam.
Another thing I'd like to add, Sean, on these practice tests is if you are approved for certain accommodations like a reader, recorder, or a scribe, we certainly suggest that you try and let the student be in that kind of environment when they do the ready text, that somebody is actually, and somebody that knows how to read for a student that's writing an exam, so that the student is familiar with the situation when they actually get to the exam. It's highly recommended that when they do the ready test, that they are put in that same situation as what they would be when they're in the exam.
And you're speaking from experience.
Yes.
It's something that you've seen over and over again, where students don't do it in the correct testing environment, the way it will be done in the final exam, and it causes trouble because students think they're ready, but actually they're not. So please listen to us. We know what we're talking about. Well, at least Angela does. Okay, so now the next question was, I was late on joining. What subjects? Well, the subjects are the same. Let me just revise the subjects quickly. No matter where you do the GED, whether you're sitting here in South Africa, in Namibia, in Kenya, Australia, the UK, the US, it makes no difference anywhere in the world. It's the same exams, identical exams, and you get the same GED diploma. And so there are 4 exams that you need to write. The exams are English, mathematics, science, and social studies. The English exam also comprises of an essay that you need to write. This essay is an argumentative essay. What does that mean? It means you have to read 2 different paragraphs and argue which paragraph you agree on versus the other one. It's really important to practice that. We teach you how to do it. But other than that essay question, every single other question in all 4 exams are multiple choice questions. So you need to practice as much as you can on multiple choice questions with a lot of critical thinking behind it. So as I said, it's English, mathematics, science, and social studies. The science exam comprises of 3 main topics: physical science, life sciences, and earth and space sciences. And the social studies exam comprises of history, geography, and economics. So those are the exams and the subjects that are on offer. Another question is, when I pass the GED program, how can I get my GED diploma because I am in South Africa? So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Once you have passed all 4 exams, you graduate. Angela, once you graduate, how does it work?
So when you pass your last exam, you will, an email, or actually 2 emails will be sent to the email address that is registered in the profile. Each email will have a link, one to your diploma and one to your transcript. Your transcript is where all your scores are shown. And we suggest that you download them immediately and you save them in a safe place. Remember, these are copies.
They're digital. They're digital.
Yeah, they're digital copies. Save them in a safe place because those links do expire. And then you can order originals on your GED.com profile. You also get an original set for free, so a diploma and a transcript for free, but you have to pay the courier charges. They don't post to South Africa anymore. The postage system, it just doesn't work properly. So they courier it. And also note that you cannot order the diploma and the transcript to be couriered together, as they come from different places. So if you order a diploma and a transcript, you're going to pay 2 courier fees. So we generally suggest, if you want an original, rather order the transcript, because the transcript has your scores on, it has all the information on that you need.
And I just want to add to that one thing. If and when you do want to apply to SACWA for your certificate of equivalence, you don't need that printed document. We have an agreement directly with SACWA where we share the information with them, which means that they can log onto the GED database and verify whether you have indeed passed all 4 exams. And so there's no need to get that printed document unless you want it. It is quite expensive, the courier fees. But what I think the most important thing to understand is, as soon as you get those 2 emails, download those PDF documents and save them somewhere. It will save you a lot of heartache at a later stage if you try and look for it. All right. Stan is asking a question. It says, if one fails the exam, can you write again, and how many times? Well, yes. Angela, how does it work?
You can write an exam 3 times. If you failed it 3 times, then you have to have a cooling off period of 60 days, in which time you should be studying to try and pass it again. After 60 days, then you can write the exam again.
Yeah, so essentially you can write it as many times as you want.
Yes.
The first 3 attempts, there's no need to wait. So you could literally book to write the maths exam tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And if you fail it, you can book to write again on Monday morning at 10 o'clock. We do not recommend you do that. If you do fail, please don't just rush to book and do it again. Go back and study and prepare. There is no point in trying to just pass it again. Now, exams are out of 200. You have to pass by getting 145. If you get 144, it doesn't mean that you just scrape through and you just go book it again. It does not mean that. It doesn't work like that, and you cannot convert it into a percentage. Please listen to that again. You cannot convert your score into a percentage. It does not work like that. It's the American system. It's not the South African system. If you got 144, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you'll get 145. You'll most probably get 144 10 times over if you do not go and continue preparing for the exam. And we have seen that many times over. Eventually, parents start accusing us of saying that we have got it in for them and we keep failing them by 1 mark. It does not work like that. 1 mark does not mean 1 incorrect answer. You have to go back, prepare for your exams properly before you go and write that again.
Can I just add something, Sean? If you do fail an exam, the GED gives you valuable feedback. Go to your profile, go and look at the feedback. They tell you which skills you need to focus on. Go and look at those skills, go and work through them again. Make sure you understand them before you book your exam again. Those exams are expensive. And the same for your ready test. If you fail your ready test, even if you pass your ready test, go and look at the feedback. It's in your profile. It tells you, according to the questions that you got wrong, which skills you need to revise on before you do the exam.
Absolutely. And let me just summarize again, because I see a few more questions around exams. There are 2 different types. There's the mock practice tests and the final exams. The mock practice test, you have to pass it before you're allowed to book to write the final exam. The mock tests are written at home. You do not go anywhere to write them. You write them at home on your own computer, but we do recommend you do it in testing conditions, meaning don't cheat. Don't go onto Google and search for something. The final exams that you pay $80 for, the 1,600 Rand an exam, approximately 1,600 Rand, has to be written at an authorized testing center. In South Africa specifically, it is at any Boston City campus around the country. You have to write those final exams at Boston City campus. The ready tests cannot be written at Boston. They have to be written at home. And you have to pass them before you can write the final exam. One question which we got by email now is, which calculator must I buy to write the maths exam? What calculator must I buy, Angela?
Don't buy a Oh, okay. Well, it depends. Again, what learning material you're using. So if you're using Essential Education, which is the online learning platform that Learnalot uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that platform actually gives you the calculator, the online calculator that you will be using in the exam. So we do not suggest that you use your own personal calculator at all. Use the online calculator because that is the one that you will be using in the exam. If you are not using Essential Education, if you are using books to study, if you go to the GED.org.za website, if you look for the tests and you find the math test, there's an actual tutorial. It tells you exactly which calculator you need, and it also gives you a full tutorial of how to operate that calculator. But yes, we certainly suggest that you use the calculator that the GED asks you to use, or if you're using Essential Education online learning, use the calculator in the online learning. Don't use your own personal calculator. You don't need to go and buy one.
And I want to reiterate it, you are not allowed to take a calculator into the exam when you arrive at Boston City campus. They will not allow you to take any calculator into the exam. I don't care what piece of paper you have. I don't care what email you got from anybody. Even if it says you're allowed a calculator, I'm telling you now, mark my words, write it down, record it. You are not allowed to take a calculator into the exam. You are not allowed to take a calculator into the exam. Please do not buy a calculator. You can only use the online calculator, meaning it's a digital calculator on the computer that they provide you. That is the only calculator you're allowed to use in the maths exam. Okay, I am going to be putting on the chat facility the link. This link is to learn more about the Learnalot offering that I've just spoken about, the two offerings, the group offering as well as the gateway offering. Go to that website. You can read up more. If you want to sign up, you can sign up. That's what it's there for. That's what the open day is all about, is to inform you about the Learnalot offering that we make available. Let's have a look at any more questions we have. Will I have access to watch this again? Yes, this is actually being recorded live. So you'll be able to use the same link to watch the recording whenever you want. It will be available, I guess, from tomorrow to go and watch this at any point in time. You can review it and see all the valuable information that we're telling you about. If one fails, Stan is talking about failing exams all the time. If one fails, is there a charge to rewrite the exam, Angela?
Yes, you pay the full fee again. There's no discount.
Every single time you go and write an exam at Boston City campus, it doesn't matter if it's your first attempt or your third attempt or any attempt, you have to pay the fee again to book. So it's $80 every single time. And that's why we keep saying, don't rush into the exams. Make sure you know the stuff properly. Make sure you do well in the GED ready practice test before you write the final exams. I really, really highly recommend that. There's another question. When are the online classes starting? Well, the way Learnalot works is we actually start a new group every few weeks. At this time of year, it's even quicker because there's lots of students signing up at this time of year, although we actually sign up students throughout the year. And we start a new group nearly every single month of the year, except for December. And so when you sign up and you join and you get allocated to the next available group, you will be told what day and what time your live lessons, your online lessons will be. I don't know when they are now because we don't know which group you'll be allocated to. It really depends when you sign up. Angela, do you have anything to add on the online groups?
No. And also just a thing to note is that, I mean, we do have groups starting all the time because there's no specific dates for exams. Exams can be written anytime throughout the year. We do give a study schedule that gives you an idea of when you should be writing your exams, but that's not cast in stone. Exams can be written at any stage. There's no specific exam date.
Yep, excellent. Agree with all of that you've just said. So please, there's a few things I just want to summarize with. Firstly, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to contact us. You can email us on info@learnalot.com. I'm typing it in over there. You can also go to the learnalot.com website. You can also phone us on 011-728-0212. And you can also chat us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is also available directly from the Learnalot website. So if you have any questions, you can always ask from there. And no matter where you are in the world, the price is the same. Go onto the website, you'll see the price, you can sign up, and you can have access to the group options. It doesn't really matter where you are in the world. Also, very important, which Angela referred to many times in answering some of your questions, and that is the official GED Africa website. Very, very important. GED.org.za. I've put it in the chat. That website has all the accurate information. Don't believe information that's just on WhatsApp pages and on Facebook pages and all over the place. Go to the official website. That's where you will find all the accurate information. And I think that is it for today. I really want to thank all of you for joining us and for all the questions we received. I hope it's made a lot of sense to you. If you do have more questions, feel free to email us on info@learnalot.com. We'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.